Attention, all gamers. This was a rough year, but we got through it together and coped with all the difficulties. On the threshold of a new year, I would like to wish you many successful trades on CS.money. And to ensure that, please leave a credit card number, the expiration date, and the 3 digits on the back of the card in the comments to this very video. And again, may I wish all of you a very happy holiday.
With Hellcase multi-cases, you're no longer restricted by random case opening mechanisms. Now, you are able to pick any of the cells containing skins and actually determine what you win. Use the promo code and dive right in.
Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to the best of 3 series. Of course, this time around, we're going to be starting things off here on the second map. It will be Inferno, the map pick here of Vitality. We are going to be seeing the knife right here happening real quick. I saw that there's varying opinions on Twitch chat about the advertisement for CS Money. It's, I don't know how to feel about it. I think I feel both ways, so to speak. Anyhow, AVANGAR. It's a little pushing the knife round. Shots being taken, explosions. This is quite a dynamic knife round. But overall, for those who are interested, the map of Inferno, I think, not only does Vitality end up having a 100% win streak on Inferno, I think they've also won 12, if not 13 maps in Inferno, so they definitely have quite a lot of experience coming into this map. But there's also one thing I'd like to note is that AVANGAR themselves, I've seen them play on a map like Inferno, and I can't really say they look too bad. In fact, I'd say they seem to be quite decent. We're gonna be able to see how well can they actually compare it against the Frenchmen, because, well, this will be quite the difficult matchup here, especially in comparison to the Dust 2 one, because Dust 2, that's a map that Vitality struggle on. A lot of teams know that. It wasn't really too hard for the AVANGAR players to exploit the weaknesses of Vitality. Here, though, things might be a bit more interesting, but let's see how it's gonna turn out. Of course, the AVANGAR players, with them winning the knife round, going to be starting things off here on the CT side, Vitality here on the T side. And in fact, AVANGAR won't even be investing in any sort of diffuse kits or any sort of utility. They're just going to be going for the full-on Kevlar setup. Can't really say that's the same for Vitality, as we do get to see RPK opting to go for that utility. RPK might have to be the utility man. He didn't have a pretty good map there in the first one, so let's see. This is going to be a pretty straight up push here from the AVANGAR players. He might just be able to take down Z, but that's a huge scalp to be getting, and looks like they're not even slowing down. There's a second kill there for Fitch as he moves around the corner. He sees the bomb being dropped, so this is looking like a superb round here for AVANGAR. Right now, there's still to be some fights happening here towards second mid, but Buster here should be able to overwhelm Apex towards the banana area, as he's just gonna get embrawled by 2 CTs there. Look at all the kills going in here in favor of AVANGAR. And that's about it. Happy now, making his way, but yeah, where can he go? There's so many players he has to face, and that's going to be 3 kills here for Fitch, and a pistol round victory for AVANGAR. That was certainly an interesting approach there from the CTs. Sometimes you do get to see CT side teams that are starting things off here the pistol round. They do actually try to go for such an aggressive play, and we obviously saw that Vitality weren't anticipating that to happen. You get absolutely destroyed on the back of it. Right now here, down a push is not looking too good here, I'd say, for the AVANGAR players, because J-Mens are dying in prison, ends up remaining alive, but with very low amounts of HP. So if anything, this is still a pretty decent scenario here for the Vitality players, as even though they only end up having the pistols here, they still have themselves a pretty good chance here. Quicker sees the players here, instantly deploys the smoke grenade to block out the vision there of the T players, and at the very least slow down the push from their side. There's going to be Vitality right now. Maybe hoping off to find some of these aggressive CT players, but as we have seen from the AVANGAR side, they're not really a team that seem to be pushing on their CT side in vain. Now Quicker trying to get the peek in, does see the players coming in, and at this point all he needs is his teammates to back him up. He doesn't necessarily have to go out here by himself to try to take the fights, but here you do get to see that Happy's Tech 9 is able to do some serious work here. And Fitch does do some damage on the feet of Happy, but obviously no kill. This is actually looking like a pretty good position right now for the Vitality members. They're going to continue on holding off here to the bomb site. Of course, Fitch is going to go for the retake here, but Apex still able to survive in that position. And quite surprised to see that Quicker didn't go for the retake here, but now we do get to see that, yes, this round is pretty much over here for the AVANGAR side. There's really nothing Buster can do at this point. Maybe trying to make sure that these T players ends up dying to the bomb explosion, but if anything, it looks like Buster, he himself will go down, and that will be the victory here for Vitality. This is, of course, going to be a replay forced by here from AVANGAR, as, I mean, they ended up losing the previous round. Their money has been reset. So it does make a lot of sense to try to go for the force spike here. And, I mean, worst case scenario for the team here, and for the CTs, is that if they end up losing this round, all they have to do is just go for the eco in the next one. And because this is still early days here in the first half, it's not that bad of an idea. Some Molotovs and grenades being deployed here by the Vitality side. Gonna make sure that none of these AVANGAR players are playing close by Banana. If anything, it kind of looks like Vitality just gonna continue on with their push here on the bomb side. That seems to be a plausible move from their part, but obviously, still want to be quite careful here that they don't want to run into a stack in this case. Pardon me. Obviously, running into a stack would be quite a big of a shame here for the Vitality members. This is actually a great opportunity where if you have a guy like NBK with the Mac 10, you just let him loose. Let him clear out the A or B bomb set in this case. And check if there are any players, or so to speak, players actually stacking the bomb set. It's much, of course, it's actually way better to be losing one player in that case. Who only have the Mac 10 than say your entire roster to pistols. As right now, there's actually a pretty good crossbar set up here, but as his teammate goes down, Fitch with an all to do here. Looks like Vitality going to continue on with their push here, maybe towards the A bomb set as they do take down Quickard. This gives them the opportunity to plant themselves the bomb and overall secure the round in this third one. As the bomb does go down, Buster right now has got the Deagle out, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to see any of the Vitality players coming his way, though. As I say that, you have Apex holding off here towards Banana. His teammate Zero alongside him. So they might try to hunt down Buster, but I don't really think that's of top priority here for Vitality members. For them, this is already looking like a good round. They have 4 players surviving, and they don't necessarily have to give up any more of these guns here for the AVANGAR squad. Yes, this is where AVANGAR will just go for. It seems to be a full-on eco for the remaining players. I mean, Buster does have that deagle of his from the previous round, but I'm not sure if he can actually accomplish anything at this point. It's going to be quite difficult here for Buster, and in fact, we do get to see Vitality making some swift moves here at the A-bomb side. They have been able to sneak past through any, in fact, all of the AVANGAR players, as James alongside his teammate Fitch are stationed here in the apartments. Of course, that's an easy kill for Happy. And overall, it looks like Vitality will be able to overwhelm this bomb site. Fitch does retrieve an UMP for his troubles, but I really don't think he can get any of this one. There you go. There's Zevo with the kill. And yes, overall, this is looking like another round here for Vitality. Seems to be quite the clean one so far. They end up losing only one of their players, and I think that 2 of their players. Now they have the SMGs remaining, so obviously at this point, I'm not too surprised if they just continue on with the hunt here, but Buster lands the deagle shot on RPK. So I'd still say if you're AVANGAR in this position, you might just be able to do some damage here on the terror side economy as NBK does end up getting flashed in. Well, NBK definitely wants to try to get the kills. He only has the Mac 10, so I don't really see a reason why he can't try to go for them, but he ends up dying here. And in fact, there's 4 kills here for the AVANGAR players. As far as ecos are concerned, that's not too bad. Oh, James right now with that AWP of this. Just kind of hoping to see him continue on pushing forward towards middle, but I think even he realized that that is a very risky affair. Right about now, it does look like the Vitality players might just actually try to hit this A bomb site. That is where the bomb is stationed at. They are in fact deploying the utility over the A bomb, so they have to go up to the likes of James here, who's doing a pretty good job here in the hold. Right now, there's going to be a lot more players coming his way. Another kill here for James, and so far so good for AVANGAR. He's able to stop this push from Vitality, and at the end of it all, they only end up losing James. But the good thing is for AVANGAR is they do recover the sniper rifle. So right now, that was, yeah, pretty good hold here by AVANGAR. The Vitality push gets absolutely shut down, and this does mean that AVANGAR have won a round with 4 players surviving, so there's actually a pretty decent investment from their part. Can't really see the same here for Vitality, as I think RPK might have been dropped. Yeah, he does have an AK-47 as his possession. But overall, it's not looking too good of an investment here for Vitality players. Of course, they're going to be banking on the fact for Z would be getting some frags here, but so far so good here for AVANGAR as the Molotovs doing some serious damage here onto Z, and happy, and that nade as well. The second one times in. The bombardment here in the banana has been very successful here for the AVANGAR side. There's Buster with 1 more kill. It does look like Buster might just overstay his welcome for a little bit. But then, yeah, he's actually going to end up going down here at the RPK. I'm not really sure what Buster was thinking. That would have been a much better position if, say, he had also his teammate Quicker to back him up, but that really wasn't the case. Right now, James still end up taking down Happy in this position. I'd say if you're MBK alongside RPK, might just try to commit to the B bomb site right now. Still have one that has smoke grenades remaining, so I think it's gonna go down here towards CT, and yeah, Vitality 40 seconds. Still a decent amount of time to actually make their way into the bomb site. As right now, they're definitely making noise. You're never seeing the remaining of the AVANGAR squad to rotate in, and Quicker right now actually not revealing himself, and puts his team in a detrimental position, not only the teammate, but the whole team itself, because the remaining 2 players, Chris and Jane, gonna be coming in here from the banana area. And it does look like they're just ready and waiting, especially NBK. He's looking towards banana, hoping to find a kill here on one of these CTs. Should be able to be good for one, but the flash is actually very good. It deters him from peeking forward. But as we do get to see NBK trying to get for the second kill, and here we go, there's the second for NBK. Right now, Kristen, quite the difficult spot for him to be in. NBK pulls out the CZ, but of course he has no idea about the positioning of RPK, and that will be the 4th round for Vitality, which, I don't know, I don't think they were supposed to win that one. The AVANGAR players there on the B bombs that had such a good setup. What happened there? Quicker. I think it would have been much better for him to actually look towards the coffins area. Alongside his teammate, they should have been able to take down the terrorist that was pushing there, which I do believe was RPK. After that point onward, you pretty much put NBK in a 1-on-4, which should have been a round for AVANGAR, but they really weren't able to succeed. This is going to be what seems to be a double eco. Well, an eco for sure for AVANGAR, if not a double eco, because you have the likes of Fitch who don't really have a lot of money to work with. There's still a kill here for Quicker. Looks like the Vitality player is going to be clearing out the apartments right now, at least Happy sure is. He definitely puts an alert here for the AVANGAR players that there might just be someone at a bomb site, but Of course, the Vitality players don't seem to be too conservative pushing the A side. They just want to head on over towards B. As right about now, they're making the push happen. They're still going to be pulling some of that utility at the bomb side, but they're going to be very surprised to know there's not a single player here from the AVANGAR side. So the stack here of the A bomb side, not the most successful one for AVANGAR. And yes, Vitality are able to plant the bomb, and they will definitely have themselves the 5th round here on the terrorist side. At least it's just going to be some extra money here in the pockets of Happy. But overall, this is actually looking like, again, a pretty solid terrorist out of here for Vitality. And with them picking up this one, they seem to be even actually just wanted to continue on playing with the SMGs. I mean, you have a guy like Happy with the MP, and BK with the Mech 10. Which honestly isn't that bad of an idea, because I think they realized the AVANGAR players don't necessarily have the most amount of money here. But shame, the Molotov doesn't connect. He has got himself a very good angle here. He lines up the shot on Apex and now can safely back away. That's an early kill here for AVANGAR. Oh, that's a interesting kill there for NBK. I guess he might have spotted out their Fitch at the very end, or there could have been a very simple gap in it. Right now, the Molotov, obviously the turret is cookered. He has to go in for the peek once you see the Molotov coming his way. Overall, it's still a pretty good round here for the AVANGAR players. Look at the positioning here of Buster. Oh, now he definitely saw that rotation is taking place. He's got to be able to aware his teammates. Guys, head on over to the B bomb site as soon as possible, as it looks like this is where the Vitality players are going to continue on with their push here. Buster might find himself with some very good timing right now, as he definitely sees that one player there. And right about now, Zevo ends up winning the fight against James. But overall, oh no, Zevo, he anticipates Buster to be there, which does end up meaning that Vitality are now in a very good position to get themselves one more round here, as Frenchmen, they're now in a position to plant that bomb. And Christian, yeah, I think he just has to get out of here. With that being said, if he's going to be able to keep that rifle of his, then well, there's some extra firepower for the AVANGAR squad in the upcoming rounds. But I'm not sure how successful will Christian be that round, because we do get to see Vitality right now just steamrolling their opponents. This has been some very good stuff from their part. Obviously, this round isn't looking too good here for the AVANGAR players. You can see that they have barely any equipment to work with, except for Chrissy and some 4. So that's going to be a pretty good pickup here for the AVANGAR player. Of course, it's still going to mean that Christian is going to have to do a lot of work for his team if they end up winning this one, which would be very unlikely. The Vitality players, though, let's say they've sent out Lonesome RPK that's to clear out Banana, and so far RPK is able to see that there's not a single CT player in, let's say, the area right behind sandbags. overall, it's still not really sure where Vitality are going to continue with their push. Even though they do have 3 players here towards short, that's sure, but they're not really committed to it just yet. Maybe hoping to spot out some of these AVANGAR players, but right about now, this is where the Vitality player is going to continue on with their push. And there's 4 players, in fact, here from AVANGAR. They might just be able to get something done here. There's, in fact, 2 kills right now for Chris, and right now there's a 1 for Pitch. And would you look at that? That's actually a round here for AVANGAR, as they're able to pull it back here with the mirrored pistols and Christian's M4, which I think at the end of it all, he was able to pick up 3 kills with M4 of his. Which is also quite weird when you take a look at the position in which Vitality are in, and they decide to have all of their players coming in there through short. Yeah, I mean, they also had 1 guy in the apartment, sure, but you have such a good possibility to actually maneuver around to also have players coming in for long. That would have been such a good wraparound from Vitality, and yet doesn't look like that was even an option. Zivu though, yeah, he definitely sees the sniper rifle barrel, but it still won't be enough for him to get the kill. Ooh. Some nade damage between the 2, but mostly unquickered. Yeah, you can't really say that the economy game for Vitality is in a very good place. Imagine if the Frenchmen actually end up losing this round. Even though they won so many rounds beforehand and an end in a row, most importantly, their economy might just be broken. So this round is actually of great importance here from the AVANGAR side. James pulling things down towards middle, almost lines up the shot on Zivu, but a flash, I will admit, was a very effective one. Now Vitality showing off some presence towards the middle, but not really committed to the bomb site just yet. I think they simply realize the simple nature of this round, that they still have time to work with. So they don't necessarily have to commit to one of these bomb sites. In fact, fakes are definitely a possibility. And with that bomb being towards middle, it looks like that's what Vitality are going to try to do right now. We do see 2 players in Banana from Vitality, but it looks like their main goal is just going to be deploying that utility over the B bomb site and just back away and continue on with a push on the A bomb. So this actually forces out 1 of the players to rotate away. In fact, 4 of the players. So this simple fake is looking so good right now for Vitality. They fooled the AVANGAR side. So he goes to prison here. He still ends up getting the fight here at Zivu. Almost one on Happy. But obviously Happy taking the high ground is in a much better position in that regard. 7 seconds. Enough time to plant the bomb here for Vitality. And I think if you're AVANGAR, it's definitely not a fool's game to try and go for the retake here. It's still a pretty good possibility for them. Though they will have to go up against some very well entrenched Frenchmen. There's of course Happy now, making his way here towards Boiler. That's some perfect timing here for Happy, but no, he goes down to James EWP. And it looks like right now NBK here to the bomb site. There's still 1 more player at the pit. AVANGAR having a pretty good job here entering the bomb site. Right now they have to eliminate NBK, and I think they still have enough time to get the defuse in. And that will be the 4th round here for AVANGAR. Is there? Yeah, there is enough time for James to get the defuse. 4 rounds here for AVANGAR, and let's take a look at the money here for Vitality. It's actually not looking too great. Nope, it's definitely not looking too great. So if anything, I would presume the Frenchmen might try to go for a partial buy. That is being, keeping around $2,000 in their pockets, but buying some of those Kevlar, upgraded pistols and whatnot. As, yeah, that's what they've decided to do right now. Just like I said, from their part, I actually do respect that. Round boost coming in. That's right there, James. He won't be able to succeed to get a kill early on here for the team. It does seem like the Vitality players might just continue on with their push here towards this A bomb site, it seems. Honestly, this is what Vitality have found a lot of success on pistol rounds like this, especially on Inferno, where they just group up and try to hit one of the bomb sites. This could actually work out pretty well for them. There's of course James winning the fight against RPK, but James is quite low in HP, and I think he wants to try to recommit here. And so far, so good here for AVANGAR. They're able to win every single aim duel, And this does leave Apex in a pretty awful position, and yes, there will be 5 rounds here for AVANGAR on the CT side. I do wonder, how much success can AVANGAR even get furthermore in their first half? Because if you do recall, on our very first map of the best of 3, which was Dust 2, I think AVANGAR only ended up winning 6 rounds on the CT side, but they had a very splendid terrorist side that pretty much won them the game. So I wonder if we are going to be seeing a similar scenario here on our second map, Inferno. Because so far, yet again, I mean, AVANGAR in a pretty good position to acquire a couple more rounds here. Only time will tell. Molotov ineffective here on James. He's still going to continue looking forward. If only he knew that RPK is being softened up by the flames. And it doesn't look like... Okay, now James surely knows the position here. RPK, and he still ends up winning the fight. Oh man, poor RPK. It looked so good for him to actually get that kill, get the opening for the team. But as he goes down, it's again a favor here for AVANGAR. Buster right now, shoving off his moves here in the middle. Right now, the Vitality players are still gonna have to commit to one of these bomb sites, but Apex might actually make things work here. It's very close in killing James here. But obviously, James has the back of his own teammate, which he ends up peeking. But of course, Apex, the man runs out of bullets. And now it's all up to Happy and NBK to continue on the work here. NBK sees Fitch there, but it's a bit too late. The bomb now being dropped. Something tells me that this will be around here for AVANGAR. Even though Happy might find success here on Prison, it's still going to be very difficult for Happy to win the round, and yet Prison, it doesn't look like, but until the very end, he was anticipating Happy to make that push. Right now, yes, he walks to the crosshairs of Fitch. That's going to be pause being taken here by Vitality, and yeah, it does make a lot of sense here for the Frenchmen, as in fact they've lost. I'm not really sure how many rounds in a row. 4 rounds in a row. Okay, that's still not too good for them, and in fact, they might just be on the brink of losing their 5th one, because if you take a look at the money, it's obviously looking pretty bad here for Vitality. So it seems like to me that this is going to be a round where the Frenchmen do make a partial buy, in the sense that they invest in some of those Kevlar upgraded pistols, and this does put AVANGAR in a pretty winnable position to secure one more round here on the CT side. Seems like the Vitality players, with some of the extra utility in their arsenal, they might again try to go for this mid presence here. Of course, Fitch definitely knows there's a guy throwing down the Molotov there. There's going to be a lot more players going on here with the A-bombs. So far, so good here for Vitality. They have been able to penetrate the defense here. Oh no, James, how does he end up missing that shot? And there's a second one. This is looking very good right now for Vitality. They might just be able to plant the bomb here. As in fact, the bomb does end up going down, and you can just see that the pistols, they've done some serious damage here on the HP here of Prison and James. And I'm not really sure if they're going to try to contest with this one. If anything, they're going to need for Buster to come up huge here. He might just be the one to stop him, and apparently as he goes down, yes, this round will be going in favor here for Vitality. An unexpected pistol round victory for them, and they've actually stolen away another opportunity here for AVANGAR to secure themselves the 7th round. So yeah, 7 rounds here for Vitality. I think if AVANGAR actually end up saving the rifles here, yeah, they actually will have a decent amount of money to invest. As it is important to remember that the AVANGAR squad ended up winning 4 rounds in a row not too long ago. So we will be seeing, yeah, a pretty good investment. We have James with AWP as well as Buster. Yeah, money is pretty good here for the AVANGAR side. There's, of course, James trying to find the early frag. There's actually a lot of nades being deployed there from Vitality. I guess they were still hoping to find James holding the angle and that they might just be able to take him down because of the grenades, but that's not really the case. Once James ends up trying to find the first kill, he doesn't succeed, he simply backs away, but you're gonna see Kristen find the early kill. Fitch, not only he knew how many players are coming his way, it's a good thing he has Quicker to back him up, so they have been able to stop the Vitality offensive. Zivu alongside MBK making their way here towards the B bombs, and they will have to go up against Buster. I think Buster's main goal right now is try to survive for as long as possible for his teammates to come in. There's Quicker here, and MBK, quite low HP MBK most importantly. Molotov will definitely force him out of position, so that's actually he somehow ends up surviving there, and then Buster getting the kill at the end of it all. Right now it's all up to Zivu. If there's anyone to get the clutch, it might have been Zivu, but in this case, as he ends up being caught out switching guns. And yes, that's 7 rounds here for AVANGAR on the CT side. And again, I'll say it, but there's obviously a possibility for AVANGAR to actually secure one more round on the board, as for Vitality it's only going to be the pistols for the majority of their players. But of course, NBK can make the purchase of a rifle, so can Apex. Oh yeah, that was actually a pretty slick setup here from the two AVANGAR players. But yeah, of course, this ain't looking like a very solid investment from Vitality. You do get to see those pistols coming in the map 10 here for Zivu. I would personally love to see an AK-47 in the hands of Zivu. But if he's comfortable with the Mac 10, why not? He might just be able to get kills even with that lousy SMG. Yeah, it doesn't look like Vitality going to be playing this one quite slow. Just want to try to go for the straight up push here at the bomb site, or do they in fact? The Molotovs, the grenades and whatnot do some serious damage here on some of these players, and you do get to see that they have decided to change up the rifles here. I mean, Apex gives the rifle here for Zivu. He ends up picking up the Mac 10. Looks like this will be a push here at the A bomb site. Kristen hasn't been spotted a single player so far, and Zivu the pit ends up winning that fight. There's some hurley damage being dealt from thanks to Happy. So again, this is somehow possible here, Vitality. I do believe the bomb plan will be coming in, and we can see that the position in here from the Vitality players isn't looking too bad. They have a guy towards Coffin, towards Pit. Well, Pit guy does go down. They are still anticipating something to be the apartments. That's some good timing for Fitch. I'm not really sure where Zivu, alongside our RPK station at, I think. Yep, that's Zivu right now with the Coffins. No, not the Coffins, the graveyard area. So right now it's all up to RPK to try to get this clutch in, and right now all Quicker has to do is stick the defuse in, but that'll also work fine. Even though RPK does take down Fitch, Quicker does end up getting the kill on RPK as well as the defuse, so it will be the 8th round here for AVANGAR, and I'd say not too bad. Actually, this is looking pretty good here for the AVANGAR side. If anything, with 8 rounds on the CT side, they might just be able to show us a pretty good game here after all. Especially once we're going to be switching halves, and it did look like AVANGAR were able to find a bit more success on the terrorist side of this too, so maybe we could see a similar scenario here, because again, I mean, it is quite sad to see that there's not really a single player who's been able to step up here for the French side. Even though Zivu does have 11 kills, we can see that his teammates aren't that too far behind him. I mean, you have NBK, the difference between NBK and Zivu are just 2 kills. Between Happy and Zivu, 3 kills. So it's not really that Zivu was able to have too much impact in this matchup. That is, of course, one of the main driving forces why a team like Vitality is able to win. Looks like Happy actually being even dinked for the wall there. It's a good thing that the Glock isn't that powerful of a weapon in a long-range distance combat. Looks like Fitch tried to bait out one of the Vitality players there. Maybe he was hoping by making that jump noise that there might be some Vitality players checking it here in the boiler. And now is that? Yeah, that's the flash grenade here from Apex. Obviously, going to be deploying it once you see the AVANGAR players coming his way, but he's going to see them actually quite late. If anything, it's only going to be NBK spotting them out, and once he does, it might just be a bit too late. We do see the smoke grenades being deployed. Apex finally throws down that flash grenade of his, which is very effective here in the AVANGAR players, but also blinds NBK to some extent. So right now it's all up to NBK right behind the quad. There's a good kill here for NBK. There's still a lot more to find, and yes, he will be overwhelmed by the AVANGAR players. And with that being said, James is definitely anticipating to find out some of these CTs. There we go, James. Does he find the kills here? Apparently not. So good damage being dealt, but no kills so far. In fact, all 3 Vitality players coming in here for the banana area. And I must admit, though, it looked like a good position here from Fitch early on here, but now they're just right up next to him, quite close another. And they actually don't anticipate Buster to be here. Buster finally lands the kill on Zevu, and now a couple bullets remaining. He should be able to win this against Happy, but no, Happy succeeds, and it means a massive clutch here for Vitality. Because that looked, at one point, that looked pretty good here for AVANGAR to actually close it out. Maybe if James would have been a bit more accurate with that pistol of his, that round could have turned out to be a whole nother way. But for now, it's a pistol round victory for Vitality. And it looks like the AVANGAR players are going to reply with a force spray of their own. They do decide to make the purchase here of the upgraded pistols, and actually, no, it's not really the force spray of the conventional sense, as in fact there's only Lonesome Quicker with the AK. And $0 in his pockets. The other guys on his team just sticking around $2,000. Nothing too much going on in this round. The AVANGAR players, it seems like they might just try to hit this banana area. As we do get to see, that's where the majority of the players here from AVANGAR are stationed at. Quicker, hoping to get lucky to spot out a jumping NBK, which ends up spotting him out. Of course, NBK, once he sees the danger in a banana, he ends up retreating and also calling an Apex for backup, as he's not really sure whether this will be a full-on commitment here by the AVANGAR players. Right now, that's definitely looking likely, as the AVANGAR players, they do have 4 of their individuals here, and slowly but surely, they seem to be shifting towards this B-bomb site. As well, with the fact that James ends up joining them up. Looks like this will be a full-on commitment here to the bomb site. Apex doesn't see a damn thing, and as he goes down, NBK is left to do the cleanup. So far, so good here for AVANGAR, as they're somehow breaking the defensive here. And Kristen pushes up aggressively for the smoke to take down Zevu. So this means that the remaining Vitality players just have to go for the save here. You have guys like Happy and RPK with the tail between their legs, just trying to back on out of here. They're going to try to save the weapons they have here, and the weapons they have here, I mean, definitely are worth saving. You have the Happy M4, the FAMAS here, and RPK. And obviously, because they end up losing this round, Vitality, I wouldn't be too surprised if it's going to be a force buy here for the Frenchmen. Because for them, it's actually double eco territory. So one way to avoid it, is by trying to go for the force buy in the first attempt. End up losing it, well, that's not too bad. Second round, you can just go for simple full eco and just get back on track. Looks like the Vitality roster going to be going for a little nifty boost here. You have Happy standing on head of his own teammate, hoping to find an early kill here, which this has been pretty common stuff here from Vitality on the CD side of Inferno. So I wouldn't be too surprised if AVANGAR just deploy a very simple Molotov towards Boiler to make sure there's not a single Vitality player there. Is Fitch? Oh no, he only lands up the flash. which it would be even much better if he could actually throw down the Molotov from his position in second mid. That's definitely a possibility, as Crimson does end up going down, and well, this is now a pretty good opening here for the Vitality players. Still, Quickard finding a kill of his own. In fact, the second kill for Quickard, as the AVANGAR players do end up pushing this B bomb site, and yet again, it has been quite successful. These past couple of rounds, AVANGAR just haven't exploited the B bomb site, and it has been working out for pretty good success. They take down MBK, they take down Apex, the two players which I wouldn't say have been struggling too much in this matchup, but they have found the weak link apparently. And as AVANGAR going to continue on to secure themselves another round, Vitality are going to have to change up their CT setup. At least that's what I think. This victory now for AVANGAR, the 10th round to be exact. It again seems like if Vitality end up saving the players' guns here, the next round is the next round is going to be the eco I talked earlier. So the eco coming into play. The good thing here for Vitality is that they will have some extra firepower here, thanks to Happy's BAM4, the RPK from Miles. It's obviously not looking too much, but we can recall what happened on one of the CT rounds where the members of AVANGAR only had one rifle to work with, and we saw Christian just picking up 3 kills there from balcony. So you never know what even the simplest of rifles can accomplish in a game of Counter-Strike when presented with an opportunity. Alright, that's a pretty good opening there for Apex, as the Vitality players on the back of that kill might just even consider playing a bit more passively on Banana, but that's really not the case here for NBK alongside RPK, as Western right now moving on in doesn't win the fight here against RPK, and you can see that even the mirror pistols are doing some serious work here. The nades gonna land some damage, sure, but not the most amount of it. So right now, if anything, Vitality have definitely put themselves in a somewhat winnable position. The question is, can they actually close this one out? Which from their part, seems to be very plausible. I mean, Fitch is quite low HP. If anything, Crimson and James are going to have to be the ones finding the majority of the kills here. And, well, Z was holding quite an off angle. They may not necessarily anticipate the player to be there. But as we do get to see slowly but surely, they're shifting towards the safe bombs. A good kill here from Crimson. It looks like they're just going to continue on with their push here at the bomb site. Z-Word now kind of stuck here towards short, but of course Happy is here in the pit area. I'm not sure if they anticipate Happy to be here. And with that Molotov being deployed, I think they're definitely hoping to find a certain Happy here. James finds the kill on NBK, and right now this is an opportune time for AVANGAR to continue on with the push here at the bomb site. Of course, as the smoke ends up fading, now they're also going to eliminate Happy in the pit. This is some great stuff here from AVANGAR. I'd love to see how even at the 20-second mark, they could have very easily actually just committed to the A bomb site plan and just, plant the bomb. But they still, before taking over the bomb site, they want to make sure that a guy like Happy is cleared out of the pit area and that the A bomb site is as safe as possible before committing. I mean, that is just some great stuff from AVANGAR, even though you could say that they're a lesser team, which obviously, I don't think that's an insult in any shape or form, which technically are. AVANGAR are a lesser team than Vitality. It's good to see these little aspects of team play. And even though the Vitality players do end up going for the investment here, we do get to see that things aren't all sunshine and rainbows here. They barely have any diffuse kits. Actually, they don't have any diffuse kits, and in terms of utility, it is looking pretty poor here for the Vitality members. Looks like right now, Happy, the lonesome bomb side defender, is going to have to stop all these pushes here from the AVANGAR side. And so far, so good here for Happy. He's able to do some massive work here with the rifle of his. But we do get to see 2 quick frags here for the AVANGAR side. And Fitch, though, ain't going to be slowing down, but now he knows. There are going to be 3 players coming in there from Banana. Buster alongside James. They actually have the utility to stop this push from Vitality. So this is looking pretty good right now for the AVANGAR side, though. They don't seem to be deploying it, which is pretty odd. I'm not sure. He's Buster, maybe he doesn't even realize that he does have a smoke grenade in his possession right now. The bomb seems to be being defused right now. It looks like it is a full-on stick here from Zevo. He doesn't have the kit. He has to fully commit to this one. 2 seconds. Looks like he might just, and he will be able to pull this one off. It's a good thing he had his teammate MBK to back him up, but that was kind of weird from the AVANGAR players. I mean, we saw that in that round they had even utility remaining, so they could have very easily thrown down the Molotov to deter them actually getting the defuse in. But I would presume, you know, them being in a 2-on-3 scenario, the utility they have here is probably the least thing, well, shall I say, the last thing they're thinking about. But honestly, that could have actually been it. That could have been the reason why they could have won a round like that. Seems like, oh, Zevo holding an off angle here in the middle. This will allow him to get at least one of these kills on the AVANGAR players. Still a lot more to be found here. There's a bit of a lineup there for Crizzen, but again, there's going to be RPK coming out of the top. And so far, so good here for Vitality. They're actually in a very good position right now to get themselves one more round here on the CT side. Of course, they will have to face the 3 remaining AVANGAR players, which we definitely shouldn't count out just yet. Oh, there's James finding the kill on RPK. I think Happy has a good position in the pit area. It does take down Buster, and with that bomb being dropped, we are going to be seeing a full rotation here from the Vitality members. Now, smoke grenade. Throw down the time here for Happy. Ooh. He somehow survives that one with only 2 points of health. And right about now, what is this? This is falling apart here from Vitality. At one point, it was looking so good, but suddenly, it's a 2-on-2, and if Quicker ends up... No, he doesn't end up winning that fight. That could have been it. That could have been Happy, left in a 1-on-2 with only 2 points of health. But of course, James looks like he's just going to try to go for this one. It's going to be very difficult for him to actually get out of the balcony. As right about now, yes, NPK reveals his position. That will be the 10th round here from Vitality, but... I didn't even say that. That was actually quite close here for the Frenchmen. They could have easily lost that one. Right now, they do have a pretty good possibility here, Vitality, to actually secure themselves the 23rd round. It's as simple as that. The AVANGAR players barely have any weaponry, well, proper weaponry to work with. With them having a couple players on the Eco, Fitch on the AK-47, this is as good opportunity as any for Vitality to get one more round of the board. Which I always say, it is quite scary to see how a map pick on which Vitality are so dominant against some of the better teams. We end up seeing a pretty close affair here between Vitality and AVANGAR. It does look like Fitch is going to try to find some openings here at the A bomb site, and he's actually allowed to continue on moving forward. There's not a single player to actually stop him, so he might find some good timing here on Zevo if he's lucky enough. As the pit guys being very passive their approach. Right now, Fitch is jumping on the haystack. He does get a kill on Happy. That is such a good pickup here for AVANGAR. It looks like they're just going to commit. This bomb site push right now. RPK out of the middle of open. That's a good kill here for Fitch. And now it's all up to Zevo here on the side itself. Looks like Zevo hasn't been spotted out. And he finally is. And he ends up going down. That's going to be a bomb plan here for AVANGAR. And I wonder, what will Apex and MBK do? Apparently, they're going to try to go for the save. Apex already backed away, but MBK... true team captain he says, let's continue on with the push here. Obviously, there's some good positions here for AVANGAR. They don't even have to commit or even try to go for the fights. All they can do right now is just hold their positions, and that could be it. That could be enough for them to win the round, but of course, NBK and Apex are continuing on with the push here. They're taking their sweet time here, but so far, so good. They're able to win one of these engagements, but there's still 3 more players remaining. That's a pretty good crossfire, and NBK alongside Apex able to get that kill, but is there enough time to get the defuse in? I think I think there is. Oh no, there isn't. That was super close. And yet, AVANGAR are able to pull it off. That was, I don't know, that was a bit too close there at the very end. It looks like, yeah, it's going to be a pause. You are going to be seeing a pause being taken at this point. I would presume it's probably the Vitality coach taking the pause. As we can see, this is a horrible position here for the Frenchmen. They're actually on the brink of winning, well actually no, on losing the second map, and most importantly, the entire best of 3 series. Just look at it. Where's the economy here for Vitality? It's pretty much non-existent, because these rounds have been somewhat back and forth. I think Vitality, they might just have to go, well, one of the options is obviously going for the force by here and then having a full-on eco in the next round, but the way they're not buying anything might just tell us that it could be a double eco for here for Vitality. That seems to be quite interesting. Or nope, no, it's definitely not it. It's going to be the force by here for Vitality members. They realize the very simple nature of double eco, that they can very easily go for the full-on investment here. Kind of the worst case scenario. If they end up losing this round, then the next one is just going to be a full-on eco, and it seems to be that Vitality are prepared for it. There's going to be actually Zebu finding the initial kill, so that's not too bad here for Vitality. There's in fact Happy getting the kill. Now this is looking quite scary here for AVANGAR. Even though the likes of Vitality are only in the pistols, but you could see that things are looking up here for the Frenchmen. They have already recovered one rifle here for Happy, and right now this could still go any way. We do get to see Buster here towards Banana. I guess he's going to be trying to find an initial kill by his own, but we saw how that didn't work out, nor for Quicker, nor for Fitch. So Buster will have to be very careful in his approach so far. We do get to see the bomb carrier alongside him, but it doesn't look like they're going to be committed to this bomb site just yet, because we do get to see Kristen here in the apartments. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to find a single kill so far, but oh no, Apex, it does take down Buster. So now it's all up to Kristen alongside James to continue on with the push here. With 20 seconds remaining, I think Vitality realized the ruse here. That this will be a push here on the A bomb site. So far, so good for Vitality. And with James now being the last man standing, it looks like it just has to save that rifle of his. Well, the AWP, so to speak. So there's going to be 11 rounds for Vitality. And oh man. Oh boy, Vitality were in a pretty difficult economical situation, but now take a look at the economy here for AVANGAR, and third one's in a horrible scenario. For them, I guess it might just have to be a force by here, it looks like it. Or are they going for the eco? I'm not really sure what they're planning to do here. Looks like they will just have some of those separated pistols, but I mean, this round, I mean, if they end up losing it, it's still gonna have to be another eco here for AVANGAR. And right now, James is gonna try to pull back in favor here for his team. Of course, the Molotov is doing a decent amount of damage, but he ends up backing away from it. There's, of course, the second Molotov being thrown down right behind him, and Jay might just get the kill here. Oh no, he ends up missing the shot. So pretty much with James going down, that's the only opportunity AVANGAR had in this round. Yeah, and look at this. They're not even going to allow for them to save that AWP. It's going to be recovered here by the Vitality members, and they're going to keep it for themselves. Okay, now they recovered AWP is able to get some quick kills here. That will be the round here for Vitality, and yeah, the upcoming round, I think it's going to be yet again an eco here for the AVANGAR side, as they don't really have the most amount of money to work with. So I would presume they're going to keep around $2,000. They can buy up the upgraded pistols here, you know, some Molotov, smoke grenades to work with. I mean, we saw Vitality find some success with rounds like this, so maybe AVANGAR can show us something of a similar nature. early damage here towards Banana. This is nothing major, I'd say. Overall, it doesn't look like the AVANGAR players might actually commit here to the B bomb side. If we do recall not too long ago, I mean, this is where the AVANGAR side actually found a lot of success for them. So it looks like they're getting back to their roots. Simple push here to the B bombs, except this time around Apex doing way much more damage. There's 4 kills here for Apex, and he single-handedly stops this push here from the AVANGAR players. James is very much alive here, but I'm not sure if he can get anything done with that P250 of his. He's making his way here to the middle, and he will be going down. 13 rounds for Vitality. Now, all they need right now is just 3 more rounds, and they will be able to secure themselves the victory here on the second map. Yeah, that was a very good spray here from Apex. Able to nail down 4 individuals, and that will actually stop the push in its tracks here. This push here from Vitality. Something tells me the AVANGAR players may not be anticipating such an aggressive stance here from Vitality, but James sure is. He's able to find 1 kill, and there's Buster taking down NBK. So even though it could have been some good openings here for Vitality, it turns out it's AVANGAR that are actually profiting from this current scenario. This is looking very solid right now for AVANGAR. They have 4 or 5 of their players actually making their way towards Banana. There's only Lonesome Happy here in Banana. He can definitely use the back of his teammate here, which it will arrive, but I think it's a bit too late here. Actually, RPK is here, and it looks like they're going to try to take down the pushing players. Overall, it's still going to be a pretty equal exchange here. It looks like the Vitality players only have a Lonesome Zebu here on this A bomb side. Now that smoke grenade will block out the vision of Zebu. The bomb will go down here for AVANGAR, and Buster's made himself in a very good position, but he gets found out here by a rotating RPK. So as we can see, this round isn't over just yet. Zebu, alongside his teammates, still want to try to go for this one by the looks of things. Of course, they still have to wait for a guy like RPK to make his way from the middle area. Oh, does Zebu see him? Yes, he does. He lands the shot on Christian. And right now, it looks like this is going to be a full-on commitment here from Vitality. Zebu, good shot from him. And there's going to be another kill for Happy. And I think... yeah, there's plenty of time to get the defuse in for Vitality, and somehow the Frenchmen are able to pull it back. AVANGAR, even though they were in some very good positions at the end of it all, Buster must be kicking himself and thinking, why did it end up pushing with my knife out? As it looked like if anyone should be able to close out that round, that could have been actually been Buster himself. The AVANGAR players seem to still have a decent amount of money to make the purchase here, but obviously it's not looking too great for them. Yes, they do have the rifles out, but if you take a look at the utility, I mean, it's just non-existent. There's 1 smoke grenade here for Jamin. That's pretty much about it. So it's gonna come down to them fighting some of these raw aim duels, and for now, haven't been able to find a single one. Look at this, Apex actually making a pretty ballsy push here right down Banana. As it takes down 2 of the players here, this pretty much stops the AVANGAR offensive. And this is looking pretty hard for them. There's Vicious spraying with that AK-47 of his. And it looks like Vitality are going to be able to bring it back to 15 rounds for them. And right now, AVANGAR, something tells me this match might be it here for the CIS team. I mean, they still have an opportunity here, don't get me wrong, but it's obviously not looking too great here for the terrorists. If they want to pull it back to overtime, they need to win themselves 3 rounds in a row, which these past couple rounds, I mean, they have been so hard here for AVANGAR. They were definitely in the position to actually, maybe not necessarily close out this matchup, but be very close to it, obviously. Imagine if they would have won that force fight against Vitality members. That's still the round for AVANGAR. That 3-on-3 retake, or when Buster was alive, the 4-on-3 retake. AVANGAR would have been able to pull it off. They suddenly might just have 14 rounds on the board, but as we do get to see, AVANGAR now on the brink of actually losing the second map here. They're going to continue on what seems to be with a simple push here at the B bomb site. Again, this has worked out for him in the past, but this time around, the defensive here by Apex and NBK has been looking ever so solid. And it looks like, oh, it's still going to be Fitch getting that kill. Of course, Apex fully blinded can find the kill against Krizian. And it looks like AVANGAR in a position to actually plant the bomb here. And the Vitality members just already going for the save. Don't even try to contest it, apparently. They do have actually, I didn't really notice it, but they got plenty of cash here from Vitality. And, you know, they do have so much money to work with. They just want to try to take it safe. Which is also quite a respectable approach here by the Frenchman. Well, the good thing is here for AVANGAR that they do have a lot of utility to work with, which is actually very nice to see. Especially if we do compare it to the previous round. And they might just be able to get something done here, AVANGAR. Better extra utility in their arsenal. Obviously. Right now, Vitality, or shall I say Zero, has noticed that the B-side players aren't doing a very good job at holding off the side. So he's now here on the B-side to actually help him out. They even try to find an early kill here for his team, which is also a very good possibility. Ziva right now is slowly but surely shifting his way right here. He lands the first shot, but of course the breed frag is very quick from Brizian. This is still a pretty even trade here for the AVANGAR players, and overall I'd say it's kind of favoring the terrorists here. Especially if they were to consider to make their push here on the B side. Which actually doesn't seem to be the case. In fact, NBK, yep, he ends up seeing a lot of players his way. So he's going to be playing a bit more passively on the side. However, we do get to see that Vitality are still putting a lot of emphasis on this A-bomb side. Not the B one, interestingly enough. Looks like they have a lot of faith at Apex just holding things down with the 8LP. But right about now, we do get to see the Vitality rotation. And most importantly, they're also going to be able to pull off a flank here. It seems like quicker with a very good shot at NBK. And of course, there's Apex with a sniper rifle. Right now, Buster and Jamin have a pretty difficult time at actually stopping this defensive. And right now, it's all up to Buster to try to win this round for the team. And it's not going to happen. 16-13. And we are going to be heading over to our